How y'all doing? Welcome back to the channel. First and foremost, happy Sunday, my world. Happy whenever you'll see this in your world, okay? Bienvenidos a mi canal. If you know me, thank you so much for coming back to see you, girl. Appreciate you. If you do not recognize this face right here, my bad. My name is Latrice. Nice to meet you. And this right here is Faith by Latrice, yes. Where faith is the muscle we exercise around here. Now let's get on into it. No dilly-dally. Mira. All right, y'all. In this little devotional I got here, my little librito, it's, let me just give y'all scripture. It's going to be Revelation 2-4. Escúchame. No, this is God talking, right? So basically he's like talking to angels, but for the sake of him always talking to us. I know your works, your toil, and your patient endurance, and how you cannot bear with those who are evil, but have tested those who call themselves apostles and are not, and found them to be false. I know you are enduring patiently and bearing up for my name's sake, and you have not grown weary. This is the part. But I have this against you, that you have abandoned the love you had at first. Boom, no, real quick. Let me translate that real quick. Per God, God says, I know what you've been going through. I see how hard it's been. I know you're doing this for my name's sake. I know this. But what I'm concerned by is that you've lost or abandoned or left behind your first love, which is me. God's like, I know it's tough. I know life be life now here, right? Boom, I know this. But what I'm concerned of, and this is, mind you, pause, time out. I'm sorry. For the people who do follow God, for the people who do believe in God or follow God, right? This is a message for y'all. And if you don't, that's okay. That's your business. But just, if you want to keep listening anyway, feel free. He's like, basically, I know that you have been doing this for my name's sake, Jesus. Because life can get the life in at times, right? And I didn't talk about this on the channel at some point. How when God will give you a word, God will give you instruction. God will tell you this is where we're going next, right? Like he told Abraham, go leave your country, leave your home, all this stuff. Leave this place to a land I will show you. God will give you some wild instructions sometimes. Like, yo, stop doing this. Stop where you are. It don't matter. Just stop right now and go do this. And you're like, God, but why? Why do I have to do that? He's like, don't worry about it. Let me just follow my instruction right now. Let's go here. And that's it. Boom. And we sometimes do these crazy things that sometimes make no sense to anybody else, or they make no sense to us. And we're just like, God, what's up? Like, what is this? And this little devotional thing was saying, like, there's times when sometimes we forget that passion and that love that we first had for God when we first started following him, right? Maybe it was a time in our lives that we can think of that, wow, this right here, I know that I'm living my life for God, and that's it. Boom. But life get the life, and like I said, and sometimes we can lose that. And practically, let's think about just regular romantic relationships that you're in, right? If you're married, if you're dating, if you're whatever, and you have this passion that you have for the person you see in front of you. You're like, I love them. I love them so much. Oh my gosh, my heart's on fire. But then you are with them in your relationship for like 3, 4, 5 years or whatever. And that passion seems to be lost. And the emotions get the going. And you're just like, why am I here again? One second. Let me read this to you. It says, sometimes we have to remember how we fell in love to remind ourselves that we are in love. One more time. Sometimes we have to remember how we fell in love to remind ourselves that we are in love. Sometimes we forget I'm in love with this person. I love them so much. They have changed my life dramatically. Before them, I don't know what was going on. I don't really know. I love this person. But time happens, life happens, things happen, all up in the middle, up in this region right here. And so we forget. We start to abandon them. And that's what God is saying. Like, I know things have been going on. I know you're doing this for my name's sake, but I'm afraid that you've forgotten that I'm your first love, that I'm the one you're supposed to come back to. Oh, Jesus. After you've done everything else for the world, after you've served, after you've worked, after you've done 8 hours or 9 hours or 12 hours or 14 hours for these companies, for these people out here, you forgot you're supposed to come back to me. I am your source. They may be a resource, right? Financially, emotionally, counselor, therapy, whatever. But I am your source. You're supposed to come back to me at the end of the day. And at the beginning of at the start of your day, your 10th, right? Your first fruits of your day. I'm supposed to be the one you talk to, says God. But you've forgotten about me. I charge you. I encourage you to remember, to go back to the thing, right? Go back to that moment if you can remember a time where you first fell in love with God. And if this ain't for you, if you're not on a God tip, that's fine. If you're in a relationship right now, Lord have mercy. If you're married, if you're in a relationship, go back to the time. Oh my God. This book, The Compound Effect. Something that the author said is that there was a time where he just kept a gratitude book for his wife, right? He started to write down every single day something that he was grateful for her. And just every single day, like every day for a year, he wrote down these things that he was thankful for her or about her. And on Thanksgiving, he gave it to her. And that right there helped him. She loved it because she was like, oh my God, this means so much to me. But it helped him because it reminded him of why he loved her, why he wanted to stay with her. And that means he treated her differently. And because of that, she treated him differently. Boom, that's it. Just remember why you fell in love, bottom line. Remember, el tema de hoy. Si nadie te ha dicho hoy, esta día que te estoy hablando a ti mismo. If nobody has told you today, I love you. Because listen, life be lifing, but guess what? We are going to prosper regardless. Catch you on the flip side. Bye.